Hello, guys. Good morning to you all, and happy New Year. And I hope you guys are good. I trust you all are doing well. Okay, so today uh, we have a topic called event handling. Okay, so I'll just create a README here. Okay, and it's just a README file. So yeah, we're going to talk about event handling. Okay, in JavaScript. Right. So that's all we're going to talk about. In the main topic itself, you already know the subject here is JavaScript, right? So yeah, so we want to talk about some topics in the JavaScript, which is event handling. Okay, so that's what we're doing this morning. Basically, event handling. Okay, in web development, event handling kind of allow you to respond to user actions like maybe mouse clicking, mouse movement, keyboard input, just like that. So those are just some basic things you need to understand what event handling currently is in web development. Okay, so with further ado, we'll just create some content that we would try out this whole thing. So let's create an index file. Okay, so this index.html instead, not JavaScript, HTML. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So basically, we want like to bring the boilerplate of this HTML and just say event handling as the topic, as the title. All right. So inside this thing, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna create some buttons that we'll use to, to do the clicking and all of that, right? So in this place, we still want to create some folders like the JavaScript folders, CSS folder, and all of that, right? So for now, we don't need images folder because we are not doing much things with images. Okay. So inside this folder, we'll create a script called script.js. That's the name of the script we called it, right? Right. So the next thing we want to do, we want to create some buttons here. So we'll use the button element to do that, right? And we'll just say, let's just type click me. All right. So basically, let's try to go live so that we'll see the output on the screen here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and we should see it now. You can see the button here, right? So that is what we just created. So we want to create some ID here, and this ID we just give it some styling. Yeah. So we just call this one my button. All right. So it's just a normal random name. You can actually give it whatever name you want to give it, right? Yeah. So the next thing we want to do, we want to bring out this our script because we want to create some scripts to handle this button here. So we'll use the script element, okay, to import our external script into our code. So what we'll need to do here, we just want to create the attribute for it, which is the source. Okay, so we want to use the dot slash, which is the absolute part, and select the folder and select the file itself. Okay, so we have successfully imported this script, this very script, into our HTML code. So what we need to do now, we just need to go back to the script and do some coding there. So basically, we just call this one some kind of basic, let me just say event handling, okay? So just some basic things we just want to do here. So the next thing we want to do, we want to use the let function to target this element here, sorry, this ID. So we might just want to copy the ID and go back to the code and paste it there because that's what we are targeting, right? So we use the document dot right to get element by ID. Okay, so we are targeting the element itself. Okay, so this place we want to do, we just want to select the element that we are targeting. Okay, so that is it. The next thing we want to do, we want to bring this my button. Okay, yeah, we want to bring it down, and what we want to do, we want to add an event listener here. Okay, so we say add event listener, right? So what we want to do, we just specify the click. Okay, we say click, right? And yeah, after we set this click, then the next thing we want to do, we want to create a function for the click, okay? So we just do it this way by setting an alert. So we just print something to the screen using the alert, and we just use button clicked, okay? So basically, whenever the button is clicked, we will just trigger this alert to indicate that a button has been clicked on the screen. Okay, so that is what we just want to do. So let's try this button out. Let's refresh and say, okay, you can see it works smoothly. So whenever you click this button, it will trigger this script and it will print out this to the screen using the alert. Okay, just like that. So that is how this event handler, this is what it works. Okay, so here we just introduce a button and use the JavaScript to make it respond to a click event. Okay, and the add event listener method is used to listen for the click event and kind of trigger an alert when the button is clicked. Okay, so we're going to talk about understanding the event information. Okay. So basically, we just talked about the event handling. So what we want to talk about now, we want to just talk about some like understanding, okay, event information. Okay. So that's what we want to talk about now, right? Yeah. So good. Now the next thing we want to do, sometimes you might need information about the event, right? Such as mouse coordinates, like let's just enhance our example. Let's try to enhance the example and do something very, very much better. Okay. So basically, let me just say, let's go back to the script. Okay. So this is what we kind of printed to the screen the other time, right? Okay. So let's come here and just say add coordinates. Okay. Okay, let's say that coordinates. So basically, we just want to do one more thing. We want to concatenate. I already told you guys what concatenation is, right? So we want to concatenate some events here, and let's just say dot client. Okay, yeah, let's just say dot client, something like this, right? So basically, yeah, so we want to concatenate a few other things like, let's just say a dot, okay, or let's say comma, because basically we want to add something else. So let's a comma and some spacing, because this spacing you see here, it will reflect in the code itself. I mean the output you're gonna get, right? So we want to say events, okay, dot client, this time around should be y, since we are um, talking about these coordinates. Okay, that's what we want to do right there. So yeah, okay. So basically, when you click the button this time around, it will provide like information about where where on the page the thing the clicking occurs, stuff like that. So basically, that is what we're trying to do right here. So this is all. So, but basically, what we want to do this time around, we want to passing an event. Before this event would work, so we'll pass an event to this function so that it can, work properly. So we set the event here like this. Okay. So this is what we're going to get, right? And yeah. So now we have successfully passed in that event to both the to the function and also this other part, right? So that is all we need. So let's try to let me see where this error is coming from. Mouse event, okay? I think quick fix. So basically, let's see what will happen. Let's try to click, and it didn't get any output. So let's see what the issue is here. So basically, what we did initially, we kind of created this button variable that holds this document this document that we try to get, like the ID we try to target from our HTML code, right? So the next line, which is line 5, we brought down this variable that holds the document in the HTML, okay, and we added an event listener to it, right? So at the other part of it, we created a click and the function that has this event. And lastly, we use the alert to, to print something to the screen. We say button click at coordinates, and here we concatenated the events, right? And also we created a client X and a client Y. So that is what we did there. So the only issue that we're having here is because we did not actually concatenate the remaining part of this. So what we need to do, we just need to add a plus to concatenate it properly. Okay, that is why we got that error. So now let's try to click it again. You can see we got that the button was clicked at coordinates 43 and 16. That is it. That the x is 43, the y is 16. So that is what you need to understand about this whole thing. So don't forget to, whenever you want to concatenate, make sure you add the plus symbol properly, right? So now, like I said, when you click the button, it provides information about where on the page the click occurred. So basically, yeah, that is what you should understand about this click event, okay, or event handling. So yeah. So the next thing we're going to talk about, we'll be talking about callbacks and asynchronous JavaScript, okay? So I put that there, and the next video, we're going to talk about, let me just say, callbacks and async. I know you guys must have heard about asynchronization operations. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about. We have talked about it some other time though, but we're going to talk about it again. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about in the next lecture. Okay, so see you guys and take care of yourself. Bye.